Hi, I'm Lewis Hamilton and welcome to my first day at Mercedes-AMG Petronas.
Lewis Hamilton, meanwhile, is coming round the final turn. It's a fourth win in Hungary. It's a first win for Mercedes. Hamilton wins the Hungarian Grand Prix.
From the first moments to the checkered flag waving one last time, Lewis Hamilton's time at Mercedes has been magical, and his final race was nothing short of emotional and inspiring.
Leap of faith turned into a journey into the history books. So
this is the recap of Lewis Hamilton's final race at Mercedes. Lewis arrived in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix paddock dressed in all red, which got fans talking. A lot of fans are more than convinced that Lewis chose his outfit intentionally, as he arrived for the last lap of the season and the last race for Mercedes after 12 seasons together. 12 seasons is a lot, and it's okay to turn heads at Mercedes paddock one last time. Fans took no time to take to social media to speculate that this act was Lewis showing off love for his new team, Ferrari. Whatever it was, it didn't change the fact that Lewis had a great time at Mercedes, from the first lap to the final race, living his dream one race at a time.
And Hamilton, the most successful drivers of all time. The World Championship record is equaled. Lewis Hamilton.
In Lewis's 12 seasons racing for Mercedes, he had undoubtedly enjoyed an extraordinary amount of success. In 2014, the year after he signed with Mercedes, he won 11 Grand Prix and World Driver Championships. The following year, he defended his title and won 10 Grand Prix, but 2016 didn't go quite as planned for him, as he narrowly lost to Nico Rosberg, but won 10 Grand Prix again. In 2017, he won his 4th World Championship title, and the following 3 years saw him successfully defend the title. However, Max Verstappen snatched it away from him in 2021, leaving Lewis with just 8 Grand Prix for the season. The rest of his time in Mercedes was not as great as the earliest years, and on top of that, his final year did see a bit of struggle. Lewis had a tough time qualifying in his final season with Mercedes. He was often outpaced by George Russell, and he was in fact knocked out in Q1 at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix after getting a bollard stuck in his car. Despite his struggles in the season, Lewis Hamilton still managed to secure some impressive results, including a win at the British Grand Prix, which was his record-breaking 9th victory at Silverstone.
Here's a ninth for you. Lewis Hamilton wins the British Grand Prix.
And in Abu Dhabi, Hamilton put the disappointment of his 3rd Q1 exit in 6 races behind him. With a fine drive, he had an alternative hard to medium strategy to surge from 16th on the grid to P4 at the flag. That place earned with a searing final lap pass around the outside of turn 9 of his teammate George Russell.
Okay, so there's strap mode 5 and it's hammer time. Nice work, Lewis. That's a P4, mate. And that's the end of an era. Gotta say, mate, it's been epic working with you.
Lewis, that was the drive of a world champion. That's the drive of a world champion. Amazing.
After the race, Lewis mentioned that the fabled instruction, "It's hammer time," from Bono brought him to realize that he was running his final race for Mercedes. He said, "When Bono said it was hammer time, I did notice in the moment. I was like, that was the last time I'm going to hear that. It really clicked for me in that moment, but a really hard race naturally from where I was." He mentioned how the first stint was very difficult to the point that he was losing hope, but he just couldn't see himself losing to the race. He switched on the medium tires and he felt the car come alive, but then there was an 8,000-pound elephant in the room. He had a massive gap to close. Lewis focused on getting everything he could from the car and tried as much as possible to give every ounce of him to Mercedes as they did to him. After celebratory donuts on the grid, Lewis spent some time kneeling next to his Mercedes W15. When asked what had been going through his mind, he replied, "I can't remember, to be honest. It's already a blur. But I think it was just the last time I'm going to be in the cockpit of a Mercedes, just trying to enjoy that moment." Lewis did not fail to leave eyes teary and crowds cheering after his final race. No doubt Hamilton and Mercedes had the most successful partnership in F1 history, and this sparked some emotions between Lewis, Bono, and Toto Wolff over the radio after the race.
Yeah, Bono. You know, we dreamed alone but together we believed. And as a team, we achieved things that only... Thank you for all the courage, the determination, and the passion, and for seeing me and supporting me. What started out as a leap of faith turned into a journey into the history books. So we did everything together, and I'm so, so grateful to everyone for here back to factory. From the bottom of my heart, all the best.
Back when Lewis decided to leave Mercedes, the team, including the F1 world, was shocked. And the craziest part was Toto Wolff learned about his decision via Carlos Sainz Sr., whose son Lewis will replace at Ferrari 2 weeks before he told Wolff himself. Wolff was that shocked just because 6 months earlier, Lewis had signed what was billed as a 2-year deal to stay at Mercedes until the end of 2025. When Wolff was asked about how he felt about his driver's decision, he said, "To be honest, I think we've all of us together, Lewis and the team, we've done a good job of dealing with that. And when he took the decision at the beginning of the season to go, we knew it was going to be a bumpy year ahead. And it's very normal." Now, Lewis will head to Ferrari to partner with Charles Leclerc in 2025, as 18-year-old Andrea Kimi Antonelli gets set to fill his spot at Mercedes. With these transfers, 2025 sure has a lot to offer the F1 world.